Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ministry of the Environment's public consultation on the Department of Parks' maintenance yard within the Botanical Gardens. During this consultation, it is the intention of the department to provide information on the listed items and accept written comments on the project in accordance with Section 4 of the National Parks Act 1986. The proposed works will take place within the Botanical Gardens, within the same footprint of the maintenance facilities that were demolished in January of 2013. This site has served as the mustering location for the Department of Parks for well over 40 years. This is clearly evident in the aerial photographs from 1962, 1973, and 1997. This site has historically consisted of 3 very large buildings and 1 residential unit. One 3-story building of approximately 130 feet in length, which housed the public restrooms on its uppermost level, a double garage and heavy truck workshop, a storage facility for chemicals and natural materials, and finally, the residential unit and lunchroom for the Department of Parks staff. In 2003, the maintenance yard was severely damaged by Hurricane Fabian. An assessment of the buildings found that their integrity had been compromised, and the department soon thereafter began the process of refurbishing the maintenance yard. The Department of Parks seeks to replace the facilities within the Botanical Gardens which were damaged during Hurricane Fabian. These facilities will serve as the main hub for the Department of Parks' staff. The maintenance yard will have the following features: the construction of 1 new 2-story building, 1 new single-story building, a new parking facility for 16 cars and 20 cycles, a 20-foot-high above-ground water tank, and a vehicular washdown area with accompanying biopit and swale. The design objectives for this proposal are to provide a safe and secure yard for all of the Department of Parks' maintenance personnel, to supply adequate material and equipment storage for all of the Department of Parks in accordance with all safety and health requirements, to maximize the use of the limited space within the site for all of the multitude of uses to allow for the efficient functioning of the Department of Parks, to provide an efficient marshaling yard and operations area for the maintenance crews, to supply both potable water and irrigation supply for the maintenance staff and the Botanical Gardens, and finally, to investigate different methods and technologies to construct the proposed buildings in the most effective manner possible. The Department of Parks has conducted a comprehensive analysis to look for an alternative location to the maintenance yard. Unfortunately, no viable sites were found that were central, adequately sized, and zoned for industrial use. The department did investigate utilizing a portion of the Mills Creek Park, yet it was found that the difficulties that this site presented in terms of managing the Western crews, security, and a lack of proximity to the administrative staff of the department made this location less favorable than the existing site. The first element of the maintenance yard to be discussed is the proposed Building A. This is a 2-story building of approximately 13,000 square feet, which will stand at 30 foot 6 inches from grade to eave. The ground floor, accessible only from within the maintenance yard, will consist of a multi-bay parking garage and landscape equipment storage. The upper level will consist of additional storage space, a paint shop, training rooms, and a public bathroom which may be accessed via the adjacent parking lot. Building B is a single-story truck storage facility consisting of a total of 3,245 square feet. This building will be 18 feet high from grade to eave and will be capable of housing 5 heavy trucks at one time. The proposed refurbishment of the maintenance yard seeks to maintain the 2 existing access points to the site. The first of these access points leads to South Road Paget and allows for the efficient dispersal of Parks crews both east and west to the numerous properties which are maintained by the department. The second access point is to the west of the site and leads to an internal Botanical Gardens service road. Both of these access points will be gated to ensure that only authorized personnel may access the site. The proposal also includes 20 bike and 16 car parking spaces for park staff to utilize to the south of Building B. The above-ground water tank, which is 20 feet high, 39 feet in diameter, and capable of holding 124,000 gallons of water, is situated to the northeast of the proposed parking area, but at a lower grade than that of the proposed buildings. The water collected from the roofs of the two new buildings will be gravity-fed to the tank. A water filling station is to be situated at the base of the tank. A vehicular washdown area with accompanying biopit and swale is proposed at the eastern end of Building A. There are 2 planned boreholes in the center of the site to capture rain runoff. The Belco vault is to be relocated to the west of the proposed Building A, with substantial vegetation screening it from view. There are a number of other minor works proposed for the maintenance yard. These include 8-foot-high security fencing to the south and east, screening vegetation to accompany this fencing, a 3.5-foot timber fence around the breezeway of the proposed Building A, and 2 8-foot security gates, one for each access point. The vegetation plan proposes that a number of existing trees surrounding the site remain and marks others for removal. To increase the visible screening of the site, numerous new trees are to be planted, and the plans highlight the proposed removal and replacement of hedges surrounding the site. The intent is to ensure that the site is fully shielded from view, as was the case prior to Hurricane Fabian. This concludes the PowerPoint presentation for this public consultation on the refurbishment of the Department of Parks' maintenance yard. Please feel free to complete one of our comment sheets so that we may learn of your views regarding this consultation. Thank you for taking the time to participate, and we within the department look forward to taking your views into consideration.